Welcome to Varsity News on the Newfane Sports Network. And today, we're taking a different turn in our episodes as we welcome the leads to our musical production this weekend, Miss Bella Call and Mr. Sabastian Winchell. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. So, Bella, let's start with you. How long have you been involved with the musical?
Since 5th grade. This is my senior year.
Yep. And which one would you say has been your favorite to be involved in?
Probably this one.
Awesome. So let's switch with you, Sebastian. How long have you been involved?
I started my first musical, I think, 2 years ago with Little Shop. But I did do like some outside musicals down at the Palace. So.
Oh, in Lockport?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, me
And would you say that this one is your favorite as well?
I don't know if this one would be my favorite. I think Newsies last year was my favorite.
Why?
Probably because it was my first ever lead show, and I don't know. I loved that role. It felt very me. I mean, this role also feels very me, but last year was just a great year.
Okay, so speaking of very you, what was your reaction when they announced to the public that Grease was going to be the show this year?
I was really excited. I mean, I was trying to guess for weeks what it was going to be, and I was between Footloose, Grease, and a couple others, and I was really excited for it to be either of those, but when it was Grease, I was really excited. I was like, oh, that's totally me. I can put on that show.
And when they announced it, Bella, what were your thoughts about like what role you wanted to play in the musical this year?
Oh, I definitely knew I wanted to be Sandy. Or Rizzo, obviously. But I think Sandy's always been a dream role of mine because she's kind of ditzy, but she's very emotional, and I think it plays into who I am as a person, so it's kind of easy to play her.
So take us through that process. When you're auditioning, do you go in there and specifically say, hey, I'm going to audition for this role and this role? I would prefer this role. Mm-hmm. Is that how it's done?
Yeah. You fill out like forms and stuff, your audition papers, and you say all the musicals you've been in and your experience with dance and singing and stuff like that, and
And just whatever, do your best, right?
And yeah.
Okay, so Sebastian, it's what role are we playing this weekend for this production?
We're playing Danny Zuko, the leader of the T-Birds, and just kind of like the jock that always gets the girl, you know?
And Bella?
I'm Sandy Dombrowski. She's a student who moves from a new school, and she's not from Australia like in the movie, but she's very preppy and put together, and her and Danny Zuko like fall in love over the summer, and it's a whole back and forth thing through the rest of the musical.
And what part of the musical is your favorite?
I think I like the hand jive.
Hand jive. What about you, Sebastian?
I think Grease Lightning has to be my favorite.
Now let's expand some other individuals that are involved now that you think that are going to wow over the crowd with their performances. Let me start with you, Sebastian. Like, what's one performance or that you think that you just can't wait for that person to be in front of the crowd and showing them what they can do?
Well, I've got the most perfect person for you. His name is Hunter Brown. He's this 8th grader he got a lead role this year, and he's playing duty. And he sings this one song all by himself. Remember, 8th grader. It's really impressive, right? He sings, what is it, Magic Changes? Mm-hmm. And this kid will blow you away. He is absolutely incredibly talented, and I can't wait for you guys to see him.
Now, Bella.
Addison Sauls, she's playing Rizzo, and she's one of my best friends. And we're supposed to hate each other in the musical, but it's a lot of fun because we get to banter on stage, and I think she has a great voice, and her worst thing I could do is beautiful, and it's so sad, and I just think it's going to be really great.
Now, is there another character? I say character. I mean, I could use different vocabulary, but is totally different as a person in the hallways or in school.
Definitely
compared to
Addison.
Oh, definitely
Yeah.
Addison.
Yeah.
So we'll be surprised when we see her up on stage.
Yeah.
Excellent. Sebastian, now take us through the process. Like, as a basketball coach, we start way back in November and we play 20 games, but this is like your Super Bowl coming up. You really only get like 3 shots at it. So Tell us when you started and now where you're at leading up into the weekend.
I think we started, November?
Auditions were in November, and we found out our roles in beginning of January. We started rehearsing January 3rd, the day we got back.
Yeah, so that's when it started, and pretty much it's just like you guys. You have your practices every single day. Main characters go pretty much every single day, if not the whole cast, and you just kind of do it over and over and over and over again until it's like burnt into your mind. It's all about repetition. Just like basketball, you shoot the ball as many times as you can until you get it right.
Yeah. So like when you're not at practice, those lines are just
Yeah.
constantly going through your head. You're singing your songs. You're walking through the grocery store singing songs and rehearsing.
Sometimes, I mean, definitely at work. My coworkers are some big Grease fans, so they'll always be like, "Hey, come on, let's sing, let's hear a little Grease song, let's hear a little number." So we gotta bust out a move here and there sometimes.
And Bella, when you're done with these productions, I know that you said you've been involved in a while. Like, how exhausted are you? Like, how are you
So
mentally?
exhausted.
Yeah.
This week, because it's Tech Week, we have rehearsal from 3 to 8 or 8:30 every night, and it's so draining, but it's so worth it. And Tech Week is like the most important week. It's basically just mics and lighting and costumes and everything, and all of the pieces come together.
And for how long do we have the band members all involved?
We had the band yesterday. I think we have them all of Tech Week this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell us when and where we can see this.
You can see the show Friday at 7 and Saturday at 2 and 7.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. We're super excited. We're super excited to have these two join us for the show today. And come on out and catch the show, Grease 2024.